What are the implications that the Great Resignation's had and will have on companies' diversity efforts
Yeah,
specifically?
you're right. It is so what's top of mind for everyone right now because what's happening is the way that we sort of describe it is in the last year, if not already, diversity became this, sort of top of mind priority. And all of a sudden, organizations saw, some of their team members leaving and oftentimes in droves. And they said, wow, like we now have to balance plugging holes with our diversity commitment. And in fact, maybe our diversity commitment needs to get set aside so we can just go back to plugging holes. So what it's led a lot of leaders, especially talent leaders, to do is to revert back to old ways of hiring, oftentimes which meant taking shortcuts, finding the first person they could find, using, by the way, oftentimes really shortcut ways to qualify people, which goes back to, saying I need to find the person with the best advanced degree who came from the, most reputable school or employer. And what that means is, oftentimes really lessening the pool to a very homogenous group that we're recruiting from. So what we tried to write in that article was, wow, like, the Great Resignation really risks us, backpedaling on our diversity commitment, and largely by rushing, by cutting corners, by, taking this very kind of myopic view of diversity. And so we actually see, though, that amid these pretty significant changes, if we think about the implications of 40% of our workforce changing their jobs in this next, call it 2 years, it actually could mean that an organization could leap extremely far ahead if they do this right. And so rather than fall behind in diversity, imagine if, wow, 40% change in your workforce, that could actually be, you could become a much more representative team if you're intentional about this moment.